episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mictor Rabentau, Anathos Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celesta Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Pandalus Doramaro, Tex, Kylin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafnir, Celine DeLune, Wubsta Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, AJ Brainswordson, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Pizza Pockets, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Umbral Wind, Framboise, Sakuro, Bergie, and Fudge. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 385. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and
Rolu, what are you doing in the cave?
No,
No!
You've been banished. Yeah, sorry,
My favorite part
I didn't
about
even
my
notice Georgi was
Oh, yeah.
we're
I think
back.
my favorite thing about the picture that Lakeel uses for me is he picked a not pleasant day for Charlian. He picked a very overcast,
A nice
miserable-looking day.
Oh,
that sums you up.
yeah.
How dare you?
Jesus. All right, welcome. It is episode 385. It is February 21st, 2024. And today we're going to talk about patch 6.55. Our last
Yay.
major patch for what is the patch
Major-ish.
called? Dawn Trail. No,
Endwalker.
I've moved on already. Yeah, Endwalker. Also, we'll be talking about the upcoming 11 event, and we'll be reading MogMail. Speakersxv.com/MogMail. Send us more, please. Thank you. That's that. If you're noticing, do you see that my ear cup looks bigger here than this one?
Oh, why
it
is it
does
popping
look
out?
bigger.
I have stepped
It's
on it.
prolapsed.
It is
Oh.
in the process of falling apart. Yeah.
Go into the Patreon. We need braces, and we need to get Lucio new headphones.
Braces,
I need
headphones.
braces.
Yeah, so we're all
Invisalign.
getting braces together.
Yes,
Remember,
yes.
we
Yeah.
all need braces.
We're all bracing.
That's patreon.com/speakersxv. Thank you. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be answering questions from the syndicate. There's not a lot of questions from the syndicate, so we're probably going to make our way through a lot of Pokemon today.
Yay!
Yay.
That's good. Okay, that's that. Let's check in let's check the news desk for any recent events.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, Rollo.
Yeah. Okay, we're checking with the news desk right now, guys. What's up in Eidolon right now? Well. What if this was
Wow.
the podcast? Awful.
Forecast is calling for the Maiden's Rhapsody this evening.
Wow, that's crazy news.
Oh, wow.
Maiden's
Like it's a weather
raspberry.
front.
How's traffic down on the I-2 between Gridania?
The I-2 connecting Gridania and Thanaland.
Yes.
Lots of traffic today. Chocobo carriage overturned, looks like. High-speed chase in progress.
Oh boy. Okay, well anyways, yes, the Maiden's Rhapsody, it is returning. Returning tomorrow if you're watching live. 22nd of January. Will last until February 5th. Fortuitous timing.
Why?
Yes, so it's obviously because we're getting 11 content in Dawn Trail.
And you think this will be connected somehow, do you?
He didn't say that.
I did not say that, but Could, maybe. There could be I mean, Iroha makes sense to be some sort of anchor in the story because she's already been introduced to our world. So
she is just one. If you have completed this event, and this is probably the 4th time it's returning, the event does end with her just wandering the world, seemingly.
Yeah.
Getting all the information she needs.
Yeah.
Like Alpha.
I think if she is involved with the 24-man raid that we get in Dawn Trail, I think she'll acknowledge you if you have done this quest line, but I think they can probably still get around it and just say, you, adventurer, can you help me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's got to appear in Eorzea.
Yeah.
I'll be really annoyed if she appears in Tural.
Why?
Just 'cause it's a bit like she's wandered far. Then she's just making the rounds.
I have a feeling it's gonna appear. That's actually. Yeah.
They don't have to start. Raids don't have to be in the new zone.
No, that's true.
No, they don't. I think she'll
Mist of
be
the Realm was in Mordona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would make
she'll
more
be
sense
hanging
that it
around.
happens in Eorzea somewhere, but we'll see. So if you haven't done it yet, it starts on the 22nd of January until February 5th. Even if you have done it, you can do it again.
Oh, really? Well, I might do it again then.
Yeah,
wow,
well,
it was so
Re-experience the
Yeah.
story, the saga.
If you need like a
Yeah.
refresher on this storyline, right? I think it just applies to all seasonal quests now that you can replay them, right? It like resets. Oh god.
Well, they don't really
Crickets.
do repeating those very often. So
Yeah.
My brain rot may have made it up. No, I'm pretty sure there's
No, I don't think it's for seasonal events. I think it's only for like special events like
collaboration.
You should probably be able to redo this.
Yeah, it says so. And you can. It's like the DQ, the Dragon Quest event, that you can redo as well.
Oh yeah, it
Probably
literally does
15
say
if that
in
came
red.
back.
If you have already completed the event, you can replay the quest via the seasonal event replay feature. We highly recommend learning more about this feature on the collaboration special site. So there it
This
is.
is only for 2 weeks, which is remarkably low for like a collaboration event rather than a seasonal event.
Yeah.
It is pretty short.
Yeah.
Make sure you get in there.
Yeah, get that. You get the Iroha outfit, I think.
Yeah,
Which is
awesome
very good.
Amatsu. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I really like the bandana. I find the bandana very versatile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That is. That's that
Oh,
story.
wow. If you partially completed this quest in any of the previous years, you are able to continue from where you left off.
Oh,
That's cute.
Really?
That quest will reactivate.
that's interesting. Okay. Okay.
Chad is bringing up that it's probably so short because it'll probably end around the time that Valentine starts.
Yeah. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to some community news. Okay. We'll talk about voice acting in general in the MSQ later when we talk about 6.55. But there has been some disappointing drama in the official forums.
Surprising drama.
I don't think it's surprising.
I mean, it's not surprising that it's where it's happening, but
Well, where it's happening now.
the official forums is the cesspit.
It's not just on the forums, but I think the fact that it's in a place that is sanctioned by Square Enix is the part that is newsworthy.
Yes. There's been some drama regarding Wuk Lamat's voice actress. I think so. The timeline, even though I've tried to do the research here, but it has been so overwhelmed by just the shit stain
Negativity.
that is the forums that it's hard to find the real timeline. But I think
3 threads already were closed by the time I managed to even read a thread on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how bad it got.
No, it apparently got very bad. But it's so someone complained about Wuk Lamat's voice direction, I guess.
Yeah, the acting in general, I think.
Yeah. And I don't even know, like, someone then purposefully started misgendering her, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a trans woman. So, you know how the rest goes. The forum then turns into what you'd expect. So everything she does is bad now in the game. And they're trying to veil it as like, no. I just think her voice is shit. It's like, no. You never say, like, there's some pretty poor performances overall in this expansion, but normally you wouldn't go that hard on a character.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're doing
All
right
of a
now.
sudden, you don't care that much about voice acting in video games. I promise you.
Yeah. Also,
you.
I don't understand what they're on about, to be honest, because I think yeah, it's weird. Like, but the character's weird. Like, I think that's
she's a very like boisterous character.
yeah.
I felt we'll talk about more of this in general. I feel like the voice direction in general for this patch was off, so I don't necessarily blame that on Wuk Lamat's voice actress. I think that was just an issue with like potentially the direction in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they like phoned them in or there was a difference in their recording method or something. Because
well, I think we can save that for later. I think we have we have a lot to talk about there. But this specifically is just some people that are, and I have to say, if you're that kind of person, you're playing the wrong game, my dude. This is not the place to be transphobic. I'm sorry, but it's just not. So yeah, this happened on the official forums. It was allowed to happen for a long time, surprisingly long.
Many threads worth.
On a forum that is run by the company that has hired this actress, right? So it's kind of, and there's moderators that are paid to moderate there. It's a little strange that it was allowed to just go on like that. It's almost to the point where they maybe should say something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how bad this is going to get. I mean, her character is going to be a big character in the expansion. So I'm a little worried if this is going to like snowball into like more.
I think. Sorry, go on, Ronnie.
I mean, if you're just transphobic, maybe it's time to drop the game. You know, like, I'm sorry, one of the main characters is not. I mean, the character is but the actress is. So
it's also something that has nothing to do with the game you're playing. You know, it doesn't matter.
Well, exactly. It's like
you're
whether you like love or hate the actual voice direction. That is like the actress is completely separate anyway. But I also, in terms of the expansion, the quality of like the effort they put into the voice acting in the expansion is usually bounds.
Yes,
like more care is put in than the patch cycle. So there's not going to be as much, weird blips with some of the acting.
Because when they're working on the expansion, they're doing a lot of work all at once, whereas when they're doing work for patches, there's gaps between when they do the character. They might have not forgotten, but like they might have been out of practice of playing certain characters. They don't have there's like 3 or so months. They might not have played their character for like a year, as with Graha and Kryle in this patch.
So assholes, beware. And now you also know, I mean, I'm sure you've heard of this drama. If you weren't aware of what the drama was about, now you know. It was kind of hard to like figure out because eventually there was just like hate posts.
It just went weird.
And I think they're cracking down a little harder on it now on the forums, but do better. Do better.
I'll say the Reddit was pretty good about that.
So
I think Reddit's on the higher end of things. There's probably some 14 splinter Reddits that may have been there as well. But
probably are.
The main one is pretty good for this.
I mean, that's where you go to be mean, to be fair.
Okay, well there you go. Fuck them. and we can just that's our official statement. Fuck them, and move on. That's it. That's all that's happened in recent events. It's been a quiet week, with the exception of that. It's time for MogMail. Let's just change the tone a little. Let's see if we can get some good vibes going. Here's the MogMail. Now the MogMail. This is from Ancilla Starweaver from Lamia. Hi, speakers. I wanted to throw out my own hat into the ring regarding Solution 9 theories. Something that stuck out to me is how they described the area of heritage found being surrounded by lightning. Immediately, my thoughts went to the second umbral calamity of lightning, which is during an era we don't know much about. On the wiki page, the preceding time period was described as an age where mankind learned to forge stone tools and established settlements and towns, which grew into kingdoms that soon went to war, each seeking to expand their domain. To forge their tools and weapons, mountains were gutted and skies blackened. This leads to my theory. Maybe the people of the first Astral Era discovered ancient ruins/technology when mining for resources and were able to make their own high-tech society. Something they did caused the calamity of lightning and led to Solution 9 being cut off or sealed. This is why the writing there is ancient writing, since it existed before Eorzean writing developed. I'm sure there's lots of pieces missing, but this is where my mind is at for now. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah.
When you say ancient writing, I presume you mean the ancients.
Yeah.
Rather than old, because in the first era, I don't think anything was that old.
Well, the
society had just started in general, like that, in terms of the creation myth and the splitting.
Well,
no,
we know
the Allegans found
ruins survived because
yeah.
The Allegans based their writing system on the ancient writing system, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
Yeah, so
Proto-Eorzean.
Yeah, Proto-Eorzean. So
it's ancient as in
Proto-Eorzean.
The ancient people.
Yeah, the ancients.
Yeah, the ancients.
We know that ancient ruins survived, though. And obviously, they didn't survive as long in our world because we experience calamities, but we know that they can survive like millennia if untouched, like on the first.
Yes.
Interesting point that this touches upon, because we've touched around the theory of Solution 9 being something to do with whichever the shard is that was lightning calamitied, and like they came over during that. But the fact that it's the second calamity means that they would have had to come to Eorzea during that era.
Yes.
So they've been around for a long ass time, if that's true. So definitely leaning towards the glamour, like hidden society thing. Because I find it hard to believe that they could have existed for thousands of years outside of that.
Like
without being seen.
Without
because otherwise
being able to escape.
Probably this would have been known. Yeah.
Otherwise.
Some mega high technology society, everyone would know about it.
Yeah. The glamour thing is, I think that's likely. There's also the possibility that it's just underground. We've talked about, we have talked about that as well. I mean, that's what they're hinting at here, that it's underground. If they're underground by choice, that changes things. Like, they don't want to be found, right? Who says that they want to be found? Like, they might actively be trying to hide, which the glamour idea would, that would make sense. That's why they have it. If it's underground, still, they could still be underground. No one would think to look, but maybe that's what the story is touching on, because they're mining for ceruleum, and maybe they've like drilled into something and they've like found Solution 9 through drilling activity. Who knows?
I feel like there's got to be like one more big twist to it, though. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like it might be the level of the Amarat was at, because that was like, the Tempest, like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
the city's there. Because if they're already showing us this, they got to have something else that's like a bit more than we think, than we can theorize, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're saying they're underground, and we see on the map that this is like the floating city, so maybe they like break off like Mount Gulg or something. But then this whole area is also shrouded in lightning and stuff, and that it feels like the lightning is connected to Solution 9. It may not be, but it feels like it is.
It's a good point, because remember, all over Tural, we've seen these like purple crystals that are like affecting wildlife. That's like, there is something that might tie everything to Solution 9 somehow. These purple rocks.
I'm pretty sure this will be like, I don't know, it's like a disease of the land scenario, I'm pretty sure we're getting for.
Mm-hmm. They can't be underground. They have the train station underneath. Underground.
No, so the train station's related to
that's Heritage
Found.
But Heritage Found looks like it's connected. Like, we don't quite understand where everything is in relation to each other.
There's a timeline that we're missing here, because Heritage Found clearly has some influence from Solution 9, but not enough to make it the same super high tech. It's kind of a fusion.
We don't see. Do we even see a sky in the artwork for Solution 9? Do we know if Solution 9's... Sorry, not Solution 9. Heritage Found? Do we know?
Heritage Found.
Do we know if that could potentially all be underground as well, for all we know?
I think there was a sky in Heritage Found.
I think you could see a sky.
Maybe we could.
Let me double check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the Heritage Found. No, that's not what I need.
Well, it was all like clouds and lightning.
You could maybe say there's a sky, but
it's like
there's a big orb and lots of haze. So
it's hard to tell. I don't know. That it's tied to the second umbral calamity is an interesting theory. I mean, it would explain the writing being Proto-Eorzean, but everything pre-Alag would be Proto-Eorzean, one would assume. So
no, because the Allagan Empire bases on Proto-Eorzean doesn't necessarily mean that they kept using that.
No, I'm saying anything pre-Alag would be Proto-Eorzean.
No, but my point is that like Proto-Eorzean may have evolved beyond that, because Allagan based it on a script that they found from history that they sort of made up based on Proto-Eorzean. They might have done it from looking at ruins rather than looking at what was just immediately preceded them.
Okay, I see. Well, yeah. What was before?
So the Proto-Eorzean line also kept going in this place.
Alag was the third astral, wasn't it? It was, third astral. I think it was them. So they would have been next after the second umbral. So. To think about this timeline, this cursed timeline. The second umbral. I mean, it's not impossible. Whatever it is, they've been hiding for a long time, possibly, to be that developed underground, possibly not having to deal with any of the conflicts, top side or bottom side. I don't know if they're in the air or not.
The artwork for Solution 9, which I'll for your ease put in chat, has a chocobo neon sign on the left-hand side, which is interesting.
Oh yeah.
They have a bunch of eyes all over the place too, almost like.
I mean, there's eyes, great anime eyes.
Consider that they've. Okay, it's the second umbral calamity. Chocobos still exist, right? I don't know when chocobos were like when they started breeding chocobos, but I feel like they've been native to Heidelin for a long time.
But well, if
why does this place happen?
Yeah. Also, if it kind of is this another shard, because the first doesn't have chocobos, does it?
No, they had Amaru only, didn't they?
Amaru, yeah. Yeah, I am not 100% on board of this being like a shard. I don't.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah, it is
the
possible.
First does have chocobos.
Oh yeah, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do, but they can't fly. Right? Is that like the lore? There's something about the chocobo. They have like a. Right? We're waiting. We're waiting.
Maybe they just have a preference, kind of like how the East.
Yeah, they do have chocobos. I remember there's. But I thought there was like a reason why they chose the Amara over the chocobo, but I don't remember now. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they do have chocobos then on the first.
Okay.
So, God, thank God, chat called that out because the comment section. Was
okay. I think it's supposed to be that like there are areas with chocobos where people mainly ride them, but there we're in is where the Amara are more popular.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So if it was the second Umbral Calamity, they would have. Maybe this is like some sort of arc as well. Like maybe they like somehow got everyone
another arc.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
This would be the third arc.
But
the third arc in this game.
It is. Which is your favorite arc?
It's not an arc by design though. It's like it just kind of became an arc, right?
Well, Solution 9.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does.
That has to be an arc.
It has to be an arc, right? Yeah,
I think that this was the people on the dying shard came over. This was their 9th solution, and this one worked.
Yeah.
It has to be something like that. It's so hard to reconcile this almost any other way.
There was also the unmistakable, like, the ASEAN involvement in this as well is pretty obvious.
Exactly,
you gotta admit, there's a lot of purple here, and like same color purple as Zodiac kind of purple, you know, like there's the corrupted crystal and some of the monsters in the trailer. There's like the weird corrupted crystals like tearing through mountains. I think there's like a couple artwork they showed off for some of the dungeon where there's like purple crystals kind of jutting out of the mountain too.
You're right, Ron. What we did in Endwalker was actually free Zodiac. We didn't.
Well, yeah, lightning. If from Eden they talk about it, and I think in Shadowbringers in general, lightning is the element that is most closely associated with astral activity, which is what Zodiac is.
Yes.
No, sorry, Umbral.
Yeah. No, Umbral.
Zodiac. Astral is Hydaelyn, which is most closely associated with ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that one piece of dungeon art too where it has like, it looks like a Garlean facility almost, but it's purple instead. Yeah. Like it's purple highlights instead of like blue and red. And they have like a torn down wall and like.
Oh, in the new dungeon.
Oh yeah. There's like aircraft carriers too. That I'm looking at it. If you want to see.
This one's very Garlean though. This one's very Garlean.
Yeah, it does look very Garlean.
But Garlemald was also an ASEAN.
Yeah.
Plot.
That was the Garlean offshoot. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
This could have been like the
Garleans too.
Maybe like the Solution 9 people made this, and then Emmett Selk was like, "Yeah, that's a nice design. I'll make the Guardians in a few, millennia."
So you're saying he's not even original; he's a copycat.
Yeah,
he plagiarized the Garlean Empire.
Yeah.
Chad is bringing up an interesting idea with the fact that like ASEANs can bring souls from other shards, but not necessarily give them bodies. Maybe that's part of what's related to like the soul supply thing. Like maybe the ASEAN, presumably Altima, if that's what we're going with, has brought in a bunch of souls from a previously destroyed shard, and then like the soul supply is like them getting given a body, or vice versa in some way.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some plot point about them. Like, now that they're ready to enact Solution 9, they're kidnapping people for using their bodies and putting, like, their old souls into these bodies. And that's how they'll move across worlds or something.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Something's being... I mean, they're doing something with souls. There's some soul...
Putting the souls in the baby Mamulja.
No, baby Mamulja.
No. Hold on. Yeah.
Come on, you can do it.
That's it.
There we go. Okay. We'll see. Thank you, Ancilla Starweaver. Let's do one more. We'll get
treat
one more
ourselves.
Treat ourselves with another MogMail. Here we go. This is from Trinity Rain from Halicarnassus. Hello, speakers, and Happy New Year. As I'm writing this, I'm watching the Speakers of Hydaelyn episode 383. So it when I read Happy New Year, I'm like, oh God, we're behind. But it's only
in January.
Yeah, it has not been that long. I would like to throw my tinfoil hat into the Solution 9 discussion. Aesthetically, the area is giving an advanced Garlemald vibe. Hear me out. We know Garleans do not exist on the first, and presumably any other shard, only on the source. I had a theory that Allegans made the Garleans for reasons, but now I have a new theory after this last FanFest, and I'm building off your discussion as well. What if the Garlean race was created to be the Ancients' new vessel when the shards rejoined the source? And there is an advanced version of this, of the Garleans in Solution 9. If you look at some of the structures and art, it looks like a more futuristic version of that Garlemald, of what Garlemald could have been. There are even advertisements that look to have Garlean models on them. Also, maybe the ceruleum oil fields are what fuel Solution 9. If you look back at the Solution 9 pics and compare them to Castrum's, you will see the similarities. Less Allegan, more Garlean. Also, we have given the thought of Solution 9 as Zanarkand. Also, have we given the thought of Solution 9 as Zanarkand-like city? I say this because there have been 10 nods here and there. Looking forward to more content. Thank you for all you guys do. Trin, thank you.
We have discussed the possibility of Solution 9 being a Zanarkand-esque, like, not real city.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
but you super clever thoughts.
But I do like the Garlean, yeah.
That's why they can't manipulate ether in any way, because they're empty vessels ready to receive a soul.
That's good.
It kind of, that would be a really neato plot
That
point.
does line
like
up
that.
a little. I see that. It's very confusing because even when they showed like during FanFest in Japan, they showed the in-game footage of some of the areas, and it is strange because you'll have this super high-tech shit and then cut Garlean shit that's like connects to it. It's like, where's the overlap and why is there an overlap? What is Garlemald doing here?
Yeah.
And it makes sense that Garlemald looks the way it is because it's made by an Asian, like Solus. So, and he's an Asian. So an Asian could my brain. so
can get there.
It's an Asian design, right? The
Exactly.
Garlemald's design language is Asian in nature.
Yeah.
So
They met up regularly anyway, so they knew what their plans were. And then when Emmett decided, this could have, maybe this was just one of their plans. Like, let's create the Guardian race for like the arc.
Mm-hmm.
Emmett, you go and start them off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
We shouldn't forget the chat is bringing up the Clockwork City of Gorglor, where seemingly the argument could be made that, like, where, I know, it was a long time since you've done Return to Ivalice. There were some parts about it that talks about how the Garleans were theorizing that their ancestors were from Goog.
Yeah.
So if that is true, then that would suggest that the idea of ether, the race is unable to manipulate ether if it existed for a while.
Another Ivalice connection. Lady Ash, is that you in the patch in the expansion?
Lady Ash theory is so real, guys. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it could be. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's always been weird about Garleans existing on the source but nowhere else, and having the very unique ability to be useless with magic and have no ability there.
Mm.
And then we just kind of accepted it, and it's been left there. And this would be a really cool way of bringing that into the forefront again.
Yeah.
We've liberated them from the evil tower, and now we're going to tell them that they're actually just the creation of some mad god designed to harvest the
All right, guys, your empire, it's over. Your city, capital, destroyed.
Yeah.
Also, you guys are like basically mannequins for an advanced race of being. That's why you kind of suck at everything.
But it's okay because they don't have a soul, so
Yeah, you're basically soulless. So
Yeah.
we're putting you into the mill grinder.
Yeah.
Soulless?
Oh, shit.
That's it.
Oh my God.
This thing ever.
Oh my God.
That is so good.
That is so. I mean, if this theory was real, that's kind of sad because that means when Garleans die, they just disappear. Like
I think they do.
They don't return to the live
Why not?
stream.
No,
All
actually, no,
Garleans
we
go
know
to
they
hell.
do. We know they do because we met Ratartan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we know that they. No, Retartan is a
He's
Robotin,
not-
remember?
yeah,
we met
he's a
Oh, yeah, he's a
Livia.
Robotin.
Bad
Yeah, those-
example.
Olivia, though, yeah, Livia.
Yeah, Livia.
She was
Livia is actually a.
They can retcon.
Did we see her without her mask?
What is
No, but I'm
what?
pretty sure we know that she's.
They're
Garlean.
retconning that she wasn't Garlean. And that could be a
But
really...
also-
Yeah, Y'shtola would have
We
detected
know
that
that-
if they didn't have like
I suppose, yeah.
anything.
Yes.
right?
Also, ancients know that they create. Ancients did the research that like things that are created without souls can evolve, like develop souls. So I wouldn't be shocked if Garleans never developed souls
That's true.
as a society.
Yeah, because I mean, this does fill in like a weird gap in like Garlean history because we know very little about early Garlemald, like the Republic of Garlemald, but even before then, how did it happen? Like, why are they so? Like they started at this presumably around
we
the
knew
same
that
place
there
as
were
the rest of the other races.
humans, and we knew there were weird humans who couldn't do magic who got bullied up north. But there's no like, where does the distinction? Like, at what point did that distinction?
They were
They must have been.
Yeah.
Why don't they exist anywhere else? If they're not of the progenitor species. That has to be the case.
Yeah, because we don't see any
no evidence of
Garleans on the first. Like, there's no representation of Garleans.
Unless, like, on literally every other shard, because they were so useless, they were butchered and just got rid of them.
That's also true. Like,
Yeah.
one, there's not many people left on the first, and two, the continent they're from, Ilsabad, doesn't exist on the first.
That's true.
That is true, but they only went to Ilsabad on our place because they were bullied up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not
well,
necessarily
bullied
true
them up
that
there.
everyone, like, all of them have independently evolved. Like the cities on the first are culturally different, I think, than the ones on the source. Although weirdly similar still, but
They have some similarities, but they're yeah.
We also know that in the first, Namazu existed on Eorzea, or Norvrand, the Eorzean equivalent at some point, and then disappeared.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. Well, they were
Garleans
supposed
just went extinct everywhere.
Yes.
It is possible that they have just disappeared on the first, and there's no... It's clever of them to not have them included, but they can decide whether they want them to be there or not now.
Yeah.
But I really like this theory. I think this is a good one.
Do you know what this makes me think of? It makes me think of, like... It makes me think of Trill and symbiotes from Star Trek.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Some Star
They
Trek.
were built just to hold the soul.
That's essentially a slug that lives
Soul slugs.
Look it up. Trill, Star Trek.
The Trill aren't slugs, the symbiote.
Yeah, the symbiote.
Yeah.
The Trill are the people that take on the slugs. Alternatively, you could also look at it similarly to Animorphs and the Yeerks, where they take over people.
Sorry, are you bringing an Animorphs reference in?
Yeah.
Animorphs?
The Yeerks, which were also little slugs that were inserted in people's ears, that like they were using it to slowly take over the planet. So maybe that.
Star Trek and
I'm not
Animorphs.
suggesting.
What a day.
I'm not suggesting that like Solution 9 is doing to take over the planet, but they might be tricking people into like walking into their little soul supplies and becoming as fodder for.
But that's the
this
thing.
race.
There's those two things in my mind. There's either they're like just harvesting the Turalians to bring in their people, or were the Guardians created to hold the souls? I don't know if they can both be. I don't know if they can both exist.
There is not. So now we have two interesting connections. We have Evilise through the Lady Ash. But number two, we already know there's going to be a Garlemald connection because of what's happening in the MSQ. So it's very interesting. That's all I have to say. I think it's too early. My brain needs to process this information before I can say anything else. But yeah, it's very interesting. That's all I have to say.
Alternatively, maybe they're that little maybe it's a city run by Mandavillians. You know, those little aliens that fuse together with the original God brand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That.
Oh, I'd love that. the anti-Hildebrandians would be furious.
There would
They'd love that.
be pandemonium. There would be that would not be good. Not
that was
great.
last expansion.
God damn it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm all for that.
Xanarkand, still possible. I think it is possible that this is just fake. Like all of it is just like.
That's possible too.
Not real.
Where's
it's easier to explain away if it's not real, Mailer.
Yeah.
Well, it's not real, but also will become a permanent fixture in the world because it's a city that we will go into the endgame hub of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that just means that maybe we just put on our fucking our VR helmets anytime we want to go there.
Oh God.
I mean,
they can't.
it's easy to explain away, but a bit annoying.
And the teleport fee is actually just the fee of logging in.
Oh, don't!
Oh my God!
There's like a little HUD that like loading, like logging.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Maybe in Solution 9 we'll get daily login rewards.
A coupon, not a day.
Yay!
That's why this is so great. Think of all the theories that people have already suggested for Solution 9. I'm so glad they gave it to us.
Exactly. It was a good move. I agree with you now. I'm enjoying thinking about what it could... I mean, just trying to rationalize it helps me. It's like therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically just Mail's therapy. That's all this podcast is.
This can't just exist, so... Coming up with a reason why it can is good. It gives me the smallest glimmer of hope for this expansion.
I think the more I learn, the more I see, the more I theorize, the more
exactly.
The more confident.
And then Lucio, when it turns out that it's always been there, that's when we quit. Because
yeah.
We can't deal with that anymore.
It was always there. Actually, Merlwib in patch 2.4.
I'm in the nodes.
2.4. Merlwib said there was a cool place over there. That was what she was talking about, actually.
I've got it in my sights.
You're saying that you're saying you knew about all this technology.
Yeah.
And yet you still allow all these hideously poor people to just live in the street.
Melwin hates the poor so much he didn't give them the technology to advance.
Yeah. Classic Merlwib. There's lots of theories. Keep sending them in if you have anything else. speakersofv.com/MogMail. And we will try to get to it in time. I think we need to move on because I feel like we have a lot to say about the MSQ. So let's do that. Thank you, Trinity Rain. Now, patch 6.55. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go into the patch notes and work our way down. There are some things that we probably aren't going to talk about in detail.
We might leave for later. Another podcast.
Well, I should mention the Alliance raid thing because Allied Beast Tribe story because this is a classic Lukiel moment. About a month ago or less than I think it was a month ago, I completed all of the Beast Tribe quests.
Tribe
quests. Sorry, and I had actually only finished one, but I was so happy when I'd finished that one. I was like, that's it then. I've done it. And in my brain, I was like, yeah, you're done. Thumbs up. You're ready for the Allied Beast Tribe quest. Come patch day, log in. So ready to do the Allied Beast Tribe quest. I go into the zone and I spend like 15 minutes just flying around the zone to being like, maybe I have to do like a quest chain, looking for like unlock requirements. Couldn't find shit. Open my tab. I'm like a week away from finishing all of them. Worst. That I've gaslit myself into thinking I'd finished them all. It's crazy. So that's why we're not doing the Allied Beast Tribe today. But we also probably wouldn't anyway, because that's something that needs some time.
I also think we need to talk about the Omicron and the Loprit quest lines in general, which we haven't talked about.
We'll do that when we do the Allied Beast Tribe quest thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into some. Oh, my brain's rotted. I was going to say let's jump into some 69, but that's.
What?
That's that. Because I'm telling you, long COVID is rough.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's beyond that now. I don't think he has that anymore.
69 is the password.
Compare me to Lakiel.
6969 is the password when we do content on stream, okay? Here we are. This is Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.55. All right, MSQ. I guess we'll just...
Yes.
Since that's top, we'll start there.
There's a woman. Two women.
Well, one and a half women.
Wow.
Okay.
If the legs just walked off without her torso, that'd be great.
I've done anything for just the legs to walk out.
It would be so fun, like a cow and chicken moment. Like that would be so good.
If she was just legs for the whole expansion. Commit Yoshi, please.
Yeah. Okay, well, MSQ. I mean, we don't have to be on the screen, actually, for the MSQ. If we're going to talk about the MSQ, we can be here.
No.
Yeah.
Only 3 quests. And you know what? Probably the most I've enjoyed the MSQ since patch 6.2.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'll probably agree with that.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, because it was not... Yeah, it was not 6.3.
It did feel like, 6.4. It felt like a very forced nudge just to get us in the mood. But I think because of the timings of FanFest and everything, what more could they have done? We know where we're going. We know almost everything about where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
We even know why, who we're going with.
Yeah.
For the most part. They just had to get us going.
They gave us a lot more information now, though. I like that it starts with us talking to Varshan, because, you probably forgot about that.
Yeah, we solved that, huh?
Yeah, we did.
He says, lol, go to El Shadian.
Yeah.
Get out of here. My story's over.
I'd like to come with you, but yeah, my story's over. I've got a little sister now to take care of and show her in the city some more.
Yeah. So yeah, we go back. Oh, God, now having to remember this.
We went to Old Charlian to meet up with Graha and Kryl at the Baldessian Annex, and they tell us that someone wants to speak with us specifically, and Aaronville was the one that told them that. So they told us to meet them at the studio.
Yes. This quest line. Well, okay, we'll get to it. So we meet them at the studio. Graha, Aaronville walks out, and he's like, I brought someone that will help us or whatever. And they do a funny where she's like, where is she? She's not here. And then there she is, Wuk Lamat. And she is a very interesting character, very different from the other characters that we've dealt with. Very energetic.
Why is your accent so different from Aaronville's? You seem to come from the same place.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Wow, he's from civilized Tural, I guess.
He's from civilized Tural, is he?
She's a Latina queen. That's why.
I don't know why. He's been here too long. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he still speaks with an Icelandic accent almost.
Yeah.
He's from the first, where that's how all the Viera talk. There's not even been many Viera since.
No.
Especially voiced.
No.
It's what's she called? Muljurner? Whatever she's called. She didn't talk out loud.
Well, there was...
From
the woman
Relic?
who's in the Ironworks.
Yeah.
Liliana?
The character you hate.
Lilia,
her with her
Lilia.
stupid sunglasses.
Yeah,
be nice to her.
Take those goddamn sunglasses off, and I might like you.
She's just a little Ganguro girl. Leave her alone.
There's Lena. Is that her name? Lena?
Lena's on the first.
She's from the first.
Oh, she's from the first. That's
I
true.
think Aaronville is
I think
possibly
it's the only voiced
Viera on the source.
And yet he has the same accent. It's very odd. Realistically, well, it's a melting pot.
Yeah, I mean, you can come from different places.
But they've picked the same language.
But
and
they are specifically childhood friends. So it really...
It doesn't necessarily work
really
out,
strange.
does it?
No,
Your accent can change over time.
That's
true.
Well, yeah, maybe he's been working in Eorzea too long, but...
And then why doesn't he talk like an Eorzean?
So, yeah, what's going on, actually?
Icelandic accents in the 14 are like explained as an amalgam of every accent from someone who travels all the time. If you travel a lot in 14, you end up sounding Icelandic.
I see.
That's the Pan accent.
I see. Yeah. Do the Hrothgar speak with like a Nordic accent, or is that?
Yeah, what's
Not really.
I don't know if I can't remember a single Hrothgar that's spoken since we've got.
I think they sound normal.
Not in the source, no.
Oh, thanks. Normal, is it? Normal.
Just standard Eorzean.
Yeah.
Hrothgars tend to have Slavic accents. Correct. Chad is correct.
Oh, I see.
Oh, they're Slavic? I thought they were Nordic.
Oh, sorry, you said Hrothgar. I thought you said Rogadin.
Right.
No.
No.
Yeah, Hrothgar are a bit Slavic, yeah.
But
But we've only had people from the Bosja one, and I can't remember if they talked in voice.
I cannot remember any voiced.
There's no voice acting in the Bosnia storyline.
Oh, I'm mixing it up because Runar, but he's from the first. That's different there.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right, Georgi. Actually, it makes no sense, and now you've really confused me.
Yeah.
No.
Because if Tyrell's,
It doesn't matter. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's whatever. People can come from different places. He's traveled. He's lived somewhere else.
There were many people in Thavner that did not have what seemed to be the Thavnerian accent either.
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll use the Thavner policy on this one.
Yeah.
Icelandic people are just Latin American. Just accept it.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
The Latino belt.
Yeah,
the Latino belt
No, they are now.
briefly goes up north to Iceland, not Greenland though, and then goes back down to North Africa.
Yeah.
Not this.
They're the buckle, Georgi.
Okay. Yes. So she introduced herself.
She punched.
She doesn't punch Graha.
Graha.
She slaps him on the back.
Yeah, but he's such a wuss. He's such a wee little baby boy that he goes flying.
He wasn't expecting it.
Little baby Graha.
Yeah, and there's like a tease where like, let's go, like I'm ready, let's go, and then Gra has to be like the biggest party pooper, like actually, let's let's maybe read some books. Let's read some books.
I mean, things do move very quickly in this patch. We meet someone, we're immediately going to an island to fight with them.
Yeah,
not against them, just
how we're getting to know them.
Wow.
Wuk Lamat asked us to come with her to help her take the throne in the succession not crisis, but like competition of succession that's taking place in Toral.
Yeah.
Google Jarjar's he's been ruling since the Turulal first formed, and he's getting old now.
At least 80 years based on the timeline of when that person that we found out in one of the books went there.
Yeah, and so he's decided there's a competition, and there were 5 contestants. 4 contestants, and Wuk Lamat is one of them, and then there's one of them that they don't like, who's evil, allegedly.
That she says absolutely can't win because he seeks to take advantage of the weakened Garlemald.
He wants to do a war of conquest on Garlemald.
Yeah.
They cannot catch a break.
No.
But they deserve it for what they did to Eorzea. Come on.
Yeah.
They wanted to be the new Allegan Empire.
Well, I don't think they... Yeah, Garlemald's politics is difficult.
Garlemald's
now the Tyrell Empire will reign.
Yeah. Tyrellian Empire. We will reinstate the Tower of Babel.
Well,
I love
turn on the Pain Tower right now.
Honestly, one of my favorite things about this is that like a fear that many people had was that there were going to be issues of like colonization and like the issue of the white savior coming to Tyrell, and now it's like they're going to come take us over.
Yeah.
It's them who is evil.
That could have
nice move, Yoshi.
That would have been that could have triggered a lot of war on the continent. I think possibly Eorzea would be drawn into that. I don't think they would have just let that happen.
Oh no, Garlemald is kind of under our protection at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have to go through us because there is no fucking sea route directly to Garlemald from the New World.
Under Thavner and then all up again.
Yeah.
So they're going to travel through a bunch of just like territories to get to Garlemald.
Yeah. I don't think
Those territories are just going to be like, yeah, you can head up to Garlemald.
No one
We'll let
stops
you.
the Mamoolja fleet.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do like the Sunset Invasion DLC in CK2. They're gonna come by boat.
God, the references here. I'm so sorry.
Okay, you can reference Star Trek, whatever.
CK.
Maybe-
I protested on that too. Just Google. You have to Google. What
Maybe the
things.
Mamoolja are like
Google it.
they're like that Pokemon that uses babies as like rockets, and they're just like launching the baby Mamoolja.
What? Okay. I don't know where the fuck we are, and we need to get back on track.
He's making a Dragapult reference.
Yeah,
Catapult your children. That's what Pokemon said.
Okay, so anyway, we learned that. We learn that her brother is a Mikote.
Called one of her brothers.
Yeah, one of her brothers.
Kawana.
Her second oldest brother, as she refers to him as.
Yeah.
And he's been living in Sharlayan for ages.
Yeah, and it explains everything about this character in the artwork now, doesn't it? So
potentially.
We'll get to that when we're done wrapping this up. So yeah, we learned that, and so we need to support Wuk Lamat, essentially, is what she's saying. So
that's what she says, but I want to know about the other two contestants as well.
Yes.
Before I put my hat in the
I
ring.
want to know about them.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the only one that's asked us. That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, hey, she seems chill. You know, what possibly evil thing could she
I'm not
do?
gonna say she seems chill, but she seems nice.
I'd
she
smoke
seems
with her.
friendly. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But see, what if there's a twist? What if she's the evil one and she is
Yeah, I thought about that as well.
her
trying to trick
character
us.
development within this patch has intrigued me.
Yeah, that's why I think she would be a good like turn on you character as well. So I don't know. I'm a little careful with her. Yeah,
I do like that in every a lot of dialogue with in this quest can be like, I don't know. I think I don't have enough information yet.
I picked all of that.
I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go to the Isle of Ham.
Yes.
Why do we go to the Isle of Ham?
There is reports of, even though we've destroyed the bad creatures there that were corrupted, now even the normal creatures have gone mad. So killing everything there wasn't that helpful in the end.
No.
And then we go there and kill everything again.
Yes.
I think it created a power vacuum where a scarier threat was able to move in and threaten the weak creatures that remained.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have left at least the gay golems alive.
We did leave some of them. We attacked more of them when we went there this time.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this character, but it's forcing me.
And also, Wuk Lamat wanted to eat everything. Every creature.
She specifically wanted to eat the polar bears. You should have recommended her the livers.
White bear.
Yeah, white bears. The reason we go there is because she says that going on a hunt is the best way to get to know someone. And Aaronville is like, well, there was this petition from the Gleaners Guild to deal with something there. So here's an idea.
Yeah. And this is where we encounter. Well, we literally go hunting for it. So we
find this poo.
We find some.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was funny with the poo. I love poo. Poo's funny.
Yeah.
Funny
it was
poo.
funny.
And then we find it, a giant bird.
Oh yeah. Before we go there, Kryle leaves us and says she needs to get prepared for something as well.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And then we find a giant bird.
Colibri.
Colibri.
A pink colibri. Well, they're always pink, aren't they?
Well, colibri, I think they say it.
They said colibri, which has now fucked up my brain.
It to colibri.
So that's why I didn't say it. It's colibri
in our world. Okay.
Yeah, they've brought. Yeah, I'm no longer
Write
sure on
your
that
comments
word.
in a MogMail if you're a colibri fan.
Colibri.
Like a place in Italy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So we fight. That's a horrible thing. Looks disgusting.
I love
hideous.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that colibris look like that, all giant.
Oh God, we're saying it like that
it
now.
turns like a
That's just what we're
pterodactyl.
saying now. Colibri.
Joggy colibri. How dare you?
I'm doing it to annoy Mela.
Colibri.
I loved it. It mimicked her, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was
it
just
was
a
quite
horrible, evil parrot.
Yes.
And they did it for the whole fight.
Oh, and they did the thing. They did the thing where it's like, it's right behind me, isn't it? They did that. Yeah, because Wuk Lamat's, she appears tough, but she was clearly a little worried about that bird. She was a little scared of the bird.
This was the character development that I thought was... This is why I'm intrigued by it, because she was like shaking and...
Yeah.
Aaron Vale or Graha noticed it. Someone noticed it. And that is going to be a good plot point, I think, watching her.
I suspect Arenville already knows about her true nature. There was also the part where she's like, it didn't surprise me, it just caught me off guard or something like that.
Yeah.
I think these little hints of her real personality is quite well done.
Yeah. The colibri comes back to life. And
Collard Greens comes back to life.
That's a good Kendrick song.
And who comes to our aid? It is
not who comes to our aid. Who's late to the party? Who's already proven how unreliable she's going to be for the adventure ahead.
It is Kryle as a Pictomancer, and she does the most underwhelming attack to down it. It was just
Moogle attack.
It was a Moogle. There was a little Moogle there, but it was very underwhelming for like the big reveal of Pictomancer there. But
I was expecting a little role play moment with her.
All of our theories about how it could have been cool were untrue. Sadly.
Yeah.
She just appears and does like one attack, so we didn't get to try it out.
No. What,
and then she name drops the ancient Archon realm who created this type of magic, so they've already got that in the bag.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah,
don't worry, this magic's been here the entire time.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like using it.
Just like
I'm the only person who's ever used it. It's always been here.
just like sages.
Yes.
Yeah. It's always been here.
Yeah,
always there, man.
It was always there. You just weren't looking. Yeah, so we do that, and I believe we do end up eating the bird, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We turn the colibri into a bunch of tomahawk steaks somehow.
It looks like a Monster Hunter eating food scene too. Like just ridiculously size meats, and then when Wuk Lamat eats it, she does. I feel like the exact same animations from Monster Hunter World, where she's just
100%.
Yeah.
It must be a reference to it. It must be.
Possibly.
That is mocapped very well throughout this entire dinner scene.
Yeah.
Yes, everything's pretty good in this scene, and they do the thing where they actually take one bite out of anything, but that's still good.
Yeah.
Also, the Warrior of Light's tomahawk steak has a bite out of it, so canonically the Warrior of Light can't be a veggie.
Yay!
Ooh, true, a veggie.
Nice.
Get wrecked, veggies.
Okay. Okay, so that's your fight, Georgi. I am not getting dragged into your war of the veggies.
It's fine because it's true. It's you can't go against what the game's told us.
Right.
It's canonical now.
Okay. It is during this eating sequence that we learn the whole story, though, like that we've told already, with her brother and her father and all that.
Yeah, Koan and
Corner.
Who I was hoping would be someone I can remember, but they're obviously not in the game. But it'd be cool if they'd been around somewhere. All this time.
And then Aaron Kryle's like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me you were from Taral?" Aaron Villain's like, "That's the reason I didn't want to be asked questions about this."
I don't want the people to know I'm Latino. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's been forcing this Icelandic accent for years. Don't make his real self come out.
Okay, so how does that conclude? The dinner.
She takes all the meat.
She does take all the meat.
She takes all the meat, but she once again asks us to join us, but then she also says, "I don't expect your answer immediately."
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that's when we decide with Graha to go and do some more research, I think.
Yes.
At the Numenon. And you get to read 4 books, which I thought were kind of cool. It was about the Blue Mage bit.
There was also, very quickly, there was this scene where Wuk Lamat eats the very spicy curry.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true.
A nice bit of comedy.
Yeah,
she makes she makes like the same face when she's getting the spicy stuff of like that sad cat meme from a couple of
Yeah.
It's like the teary-eyed
Yes.
one. It looks
Yeah.
just like that.
People have already made that edit. This
Yeah.
is one of the reasons. This is one of the two reasons why I've seen some people make comparisons with Wuk Lamat and Lise. I think this is one of the reasons why she won't end up being as poorly played out as Lise, because they allow Wuk Lamat to be funny, whereas Lise was never allowed to be funny once she stopped being Ida.
Yeah, Ada was annoying-ish, but at least had a bit of a personality.
Yeah.
I like how she's just quite a joyful character to have around so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's
Especially after we've suffered Zero's malaise for so long.
A bit of a contrast, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss the tilt though. Like,
Yeah.
Oh no!
Tilt.
It was good once, Rollo, and then it was forever.
Well, I have to say, if there's one thing that I feel like they're doing on purpose now is come. The amount of times they just say, as in COME, come.
okay.
They
No.
say that a lot.
No.
They say that
what has
so
happened,
much that it
Nikhil,
rattles
what
my
has happened
soul
is
now
your
when they say it.
brain has been completely demolished by the internet.
No, they say
Yes,
it
I
so much.
actually
this
agree with
all the
Layla.
time.
They say come constantly, and it's
Come is a
driving me
normal
nuts.
word.
I think
and
if you
especially
were
in
to go
olden
through
times,
the
you would say,
whole
"Come
MSQ,
now."
you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, come now is fine, but saying come just constantly is just come. You can't.
You have just been ruined. I think.
Mela,
You've just
come.
been ruined.
We must go. It's like no.
And if I was in
sorry.
the olden times, it would be fine. I'd understand.
Yeah,
You're just internet poisoned.
I am
I'm sorry.
internet poisoned.
I agree.
but
I've been tainted.
it is funny. I appreciate it though. If it is on purpose, then please do
Yeah.
more, because I think it's funny when you say come. Okay, so we read books. So one of them is about Blue Mage stuff. It's probably penned by
I don't think it's
Martin?
boys. I don't think it's
No.
penned by Martin.
Really? I felt like
That
it
we
had
know-
some of his.
I'm pretty sure we know that there were people that learnt from the Blue Mages before Martin.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's hard to know. But the fact that it's a scholarly tome in Charlian in the Numenon, and Martin seems, in the nicest way, a bit of an idiot.
That's true.
That's another reason. I don't
I
think
thought it was-
Martin is much of a writer.
That's true, though. I guess so.
I think Martin's a bit of a scam artist.
He
Listen,
is.
the
He's
word
a-
is charlatan.
Yeah,
Get it right.
Yes.
He's a charlatan.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a charlatan.
He's a charlatan. I don't know. I just felt like it was.
I think Martin read about these people from the book we read, and
maybe.
then went and found his own way there.
Maybe. Then we read about Papodos, which mirrors what happened in our world.
Food that we've brought
Cuisine.
over, which is
Yeah.
cool.
My
Cultivars.
favorite part about this is they talk about pumpkins and they talk about tomatoes, but you know what? The one that we're not going to have the same name as in the real world, Papodos. Also Roland berries. Anything that comes from 11, we'll keep that name. Anything that didn't exist in 11, we'll just bring over from the real world and not change the name of it.
Yeah.
Right? Why can't they call it like plumpkins? You know?
Yeah.
That would be a nice name. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Plumpkin sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on with some new names. God.
I don't like that word.
And Tommy Hartos.
Tommy
Okay.
Hartos, Toto Mars.
Toto Mars, yeah. Come on.
Yeah. We also read about. There's two more things, but I don't remember. Some about
We read about the first person that charted a course to the new world.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Camlan or something they were called.
Mm-hmm.
Cam.
Oh, I don't remember.
something.
It's not
The
that,
Bishop
but
of Canterbury,
it
I
was
think
similar.
was. Yeah.
Yes.
And the last one was
Yeah, the animals.
animals.
About the alpaca, the
Wyvern.
weaver,
Yeah.
and the
Wyvern.
Valligamander.
Valahamander.
Yeah.
The
So-
G is silent.
After we
It
do
is silent,
after we do
but only
that
if you're saying it in an accent.
after we do that, we go outside to that, like, I don't know, is it like a gazebo-esque building
A
outside?
gazebo to call our own.
Yes.
Yeah.
We sit down with Graha, I
Graha.
think, and then the twins come at some point. They come.
No, Graha first. First, Graha interrogates us about what we've learnt.
Yes.
What did you think was
pop
interesting?
quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can pick your own.
I was disappointed that you only got one choice of each one. You had to already, you know, make your choice as good as possible.
Maybe
Go
you can have
replay
an
it,
Offical,
man.
and then you can have 2 choices.
I want all the choices.
Well, that's what New Game Plus is for.
Yeah, it's true. So after you've done that, you get just a little bit of flavor text for everyone. And then the twins arrive and they say some stuff that I don't remember.
Yes, they were coming to Numenor to learn more about various cultures, and then we tell them that like we've been contacted to participate in the competition of succession over in Taral, and they're like, why didn't you? Well, Alizé's like, well, why didn't you tell us? And then she's like, I've got a new idea, and she drags Alphino away.
Right. Okay, and then
Yes, right?
It's Kettenram.
Then we
It's Kettenram, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Kettenram. We're going. Then we leave the gazebo that we called our own. It is someone else's
to
now.
go back home.
We go back home. We go
But
to
we stop on the bridge.
We stop on a bridge.
And have a chat with Graha.
Yeah.
And he's all like, "What do you think about this?"
Mm-hmm.
The view for Ulikil was really pretty.
Oh yeah,
yours was like an overcast day.
It was it was dark and foggy as shit.
Midnight. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was bad.
When I did it the first time, I had a beautiful view. It was dawn,
was nice.
The sky was clear.
Yeah.
And then when I did it on my alt, the view was pretty much the same as yours.
Yeah.
I was desperately trying to tell Graha the truth of the matter. I'm not really into politics, Graha. Honestly, I really don't think we should be getting involved. It's all quite sudden. He wasn't having any of it. We're going, basically.
No, he doesn't say that. He respects your wariness.
Yeah, he says, I respect that, but you're going to go, and we're going to find out all about it anyway.
He says maybe you should just go for the adventure and then make your decision as to whether you're going to help her when you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, it's
a lot.
This isn't the interesting part of this cutscene. The interesting part of this cutscene is when it cuts to Thancred looking sus behind a tree.
Peeping Thomas.
He's having a Urianger, 3.5 moment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're both being a bit
3.3. Yeah.
Oh, what if we do something conniving this expansion?
Time to be bad boys again.
Yeah.
Come on, Urianger, and you give him like a slap on the back.
Well, yeah,
that's later.
That's later, but yeah, we do get that. But first, we have to go to. This is my favorite part of the whole expansion, of the whole patch. Is when
the
we
whole
go,
expansion,
possibly even the whole expansion, is when we are in the Baldessian Annex, and Graha brings out a map.
Oh, it's very high quality.
And he rolls it out, and it is the lowest resolution texture I've ever seen. And then they have the audacity to zoom. They zoom in on like
highlights. I appreciated this.
Well, it's the last thing you see as well before the credits.
It's so funny because there's the massive high-res map in the background, and he has this tiny one, and it's like an N64 texture.
I don't think the map in the background is high res either.
It is high res compared to that. Like it looks like,
crunchy.
8K in comparison.
We had a higher quality from the slideshow on the stream where they showed it.
What do you think their printing techniques are like? This is a second-hand copy. This is
they assemble it pixel by pixel.
Yeah,
he said it cost them a small fortune to buy this map.
Yeah, but imagine what the original cost.
He had to make the map in Minecraft, then screenshot it and print it. That's what it looked like.
They had the audacity to end this expansion going into the credits as a zoom in on this map. Compare this to the end of Shadowbringers, where it's all of us staring up at the moon in a much more cinematic manner.
Yes.
I do have to say, as if that is our end slate for the expansion, I'm not as thrilled as I would be for some of these other expansion end slates.
It just comes full circle, you know. We had the grapes at launch, and now we end with the low quality blurry map. You know, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah.
Not even like a quick thought of the ocean, a quick scene of the docks, maybe for like nothing.
The more I think about that map, the funnier it gets, because it even has text on it. But there's like, you can never read it. It is illegible. It's nothing. It's just
this is the equivalent of, imagine like the last episode of a season of a TV show just zooming in on a wall. And that's like getting you ready for the next season.
Yes.
Like, it's nothing.
It's just like a Sopranos, just cut to black.
Yeah.
That would have been better. The cut to black, actually.
Yeah.
Or zoom out and show everyone looking at the map.
Yes.
And then we know who, at least there's something high quality in the field of view.
Listen, this is our game. This is how we do it, okay?
Yeah.
Don't you? No other game would do this.
No.
That's true.
That is true. That is
no other game would have the audacity.
We are focusing on one aspect of this final scene.
Okay.
It is funny.
Yeah.
But the final scene involves us just like, we go to the Baldesion Annex to meet up with everyone. We tell Wuk Lamat that, we'll come join you. At this point, Alizé, Alphino, and Graha walk in. Graha's got the map, which is what we'll end with. But Alphino and Alizé tell us that, hey, we'll come join you because this will give us an opportunity to learn about getting cultures to get along.
Yes.
Which is what we want to bring back to Garlemald.
Yeah.
And then Kryle's also war.
We're not splitting up the twins, it seems. Yet.
Not yet.
Choose your twin.
Yeah.
Then Kryle seems very worried because she's like, I've got to take care of the Baldessian, the students of Baldessian.
What?
Take care of what?
Take care of the students of Baldessian. And then Graha's like, don't worry, you stayed behind when I got to explore Alzadal's legacy, so I'll stay behind this time. And all I thought was, there's going to be a significant difference in time spent on both of these journeys.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
This is stupid. We have Ojika on the reception.
Yeah.
We have Ejika, who presumably has finished the work on the Isle of Val and is free. We have Mikoto.
On what you've done.
Yeah.
For some people, Ejika is not currently available.
No. That is true. But, I mean, they are around. We've got Mikoto. And then, best of all, we got fucking Clive.
Baldessian?
Yeah.
Mikoto is a
Baldessian.
So she's just an Archon.
No. She is an Archon and a member of the students of Baldessian.
Well, we haven't
According
seen her.
to the
Where
wiki,
is she?
She is doing random side content.
And Bosnia.
Okay.
Mikoto exists only to do things related to Evil East storylines.
Yeah.
Clive, I'm pretty sure, is dead, Mela.
Well, I'm not sure if he is or not, but if he is, that's fine. But if he isn't,
I mean, it doesn't matter.
He needs to do
they
some
just
work.
needed an excuse.
It's a stupid.
They wanted just to have. Yeah.
It's a reception. Nothing's happening there. This is work. She's going out on work.
Yeah, go and roll up.
Stupid.
We didn't mention the letter, did we?
Oh no. Well,
because that was pretty important too. Because Kryle reveals the letter, I think, after the dinner or whatever, and talks about how
it's actually on the Isle of Ham still.
Yeah,
it's just after the fight.
It is after the fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she reveals it, and then she talks about how she received this letter. It's kind of similar to asking for help from Mr. Yaya. His name.
It's about searching for the cities of gold from Google Dada.
Yeah. Yes. And they talk about how the writing or Wuk Lamat Wuk Lamat talks about how that's not his letter, but it might be still because maybe someone just wrote it for him.
Yeah.
He didn't write it, but it's possible that Google Jar Jar.
He signed it.
She made it very clear.
The signature is real.
Yeah, it wasn't a very standard letter, so don't even use wax seals. But the signature was legit. Yes.
Yeah.
Which makes, who wrote the letter? Is it... Who is it? Who do you think?
Well, the interesting thing about that is the fact that she confirmed that there is a Turali lettering system.
Yes.
And I hope we get to learn more about that and see where that... Because,
So there was someone from Eorzea is in the court of Google
it's many years ago.
At some point. Yeah. So that made that letter.
Advising him, maybe, or an enemy. Who knows? Like, what? There's definitely something interesting on here.
An Asian in the court?
What we know about Turali is that it's based on a variety of different languages. So it's possible that the person that wrote it is simply someone that knew what Eorzean looks like and was one of the people that contributed to the creation of Turali as well. So
that's true.
It doesn't necessarily have to be an Eorzean.
That's true.
That's true. But at least there's another script of language out there.
Yes.
That hopefully we'll see on architecture.
We have to go faster. So credits, we get some new artwork, which is nice. There's 2 new screenshots of oh god, I can't remember what character. No.
Zero, a massive suit of armor and a blue blob walking through the void.
Yeah.
And then it's just a nice picture of Ajdair and Vritra.
Yeah. And then after that, we get a post-credit scene with Urianger and Thancred.
No, first is Estinian.
Oh shit! Yeah, there starts with Estinian.
Estinian just on the docks.
Yes.
I love this scene.
He has a voice. The dock man has a voice. They voiced him.
Yeah, wreck him.
I think it's such an absurd scene too, though, because he's like, where you going? He's like, well, I've been north and south or something.
Yeah,
I've never been west.
I've been north and east. I've never been west.
And then he walks off.
Yeah, then he walks off.
Doesn't even say where
he's the weirdest man. I think he's
like say it's the fucking bus driver or something.
Yeah.
Like, well,
what is he gonna do with that?
Going, well, I've flown east and north, south this time.
Are you gonna get on?
Stupid. He's such an idiot.
I was just excited
fucking
that
the
ferry ticketer had a voice. I thought that was really interesting.
He didn't say much, but
he said enough.
He clearly was annoyed.
He said enough. Okay, yeah, so that was Estinian.
Same time, people say this scene was unnecessary, but I like it because it just sets up that Estinian will be there already ahead of us for some reason.
But he's going on his own.
For no good reason.
No.
But it's so that when we go there, it won't... obviously we know he's going to be there because of the trailer. But it's so that there's no in-universe explanation for it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest issue I had with this whole moving on thing, was the fact that there was no good reason for a lot of these things happening, and it felt a little forced, especially for him. But I'm sure
for him, I agree. Him is a little, but it's Estinian. He's the weirdest man on Hydaelyn.
He
traveled to Hingashi by himself for the Dragon Quest line long before.
That's true.
Yeah, he does his own thing.
It's just amazing.
I feel like the impending threat of invasion is a good reason to travel to Tural, I think. But
that's true for us.
Yeah. Then we cut to Urianger and Thancred. They're having a moment where they too have a letter, but from
Whomst.
An evil letter.
Well, we know that we know that they have also been contacted to travel to Tural, and they will be arriving before us.
Yes.
And it seems that he said it'll be a grueling test having to contend with them. So this is the split.
Yeah, that's the split.
And they're our enemies.
They're going for someone else.
They're back, but that's sad because they know more of the contestants than we do. Obviously, they're not going to go for the evil man, probably.
You don't know that. Maybe he's very convincing.
Maybe.
I think that would be surprising. I think the most likely conclusion is that they would be contacted by the one that studied in Charlian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I mean, I'm all on board for. Well, he said he's going to take over the world, so we immediately side with him.
The reason why it's reasonable to believe it's the Mikote is because if in the expansion art, there is a divide, and there's us with Wuk Lamat, and then there's Urianger and Thancred on the side of the Mikote guy.
And the Mikote has glasses, so glasses means smart.
Yes.
Well, we'll see.
Which is
about
what
that.
we said. We didn't we say that at some point that he's smart because he has glasses. So there's that. The gunslinger theory. I don't know. That was.
I don't think.
we
I
were
think
a bit
he's just
blinded by
wearing
the
the
Wild
outfit
West.
because it looks nice.
Yeah.
Western.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has anything to do with it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
Unless he's like a cosplayer.
well, that's
Which
also
loves
the
the aesthetics of
mocap
it.
in the Urianger and Thancred scene is pretty good as well. Like
It was very impressive.
Yes, it was.
It's very
Where
cool.
he slapped him on the back. He's
Yeah,
like,
and also like,
"Oh,
and,
your
like
Jimmy buddy, old pal."
this game doesn't do it very often, but when they hold actual items instead of just doing the
Yes.
which is nice. Then was there another one after that? Who's next?
It's
Hey,
just
did
us
the
staring
Emmett
up at the
Selk thing.
sky.
Oh, okay, that's when we get the
The Emmett
sky
Selk.
element. Okay. Oh yeah, we get the Emmett
It
Selk
talks
quote.
about-
Yeah,
He
even
reminds
though,
us of the treasure vaults under the Bounty, which we've been to.
Mhm.
Talks
Yeah.
about the treasure isles north of Othard, which we haven't been to,
Mhm.
and then it brings up the cities of gold.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Although that's probably going to be just a treasure dungeon thing. I'm locking in now. 8.0 will be called Frostbound. I'm locking that in now already.
I'm so why
So
Frostbound?
wait there, because it's Blind Frost is the name of those islands.
Right.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's enough for.
And
an
also
expansion.
but the Northern Empty is also frosty, and we've talked about going there sometimes.
No, Mela, those are going to be done in the patches. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, you gotta get in early with these sort of things.
Okay. Yeah. So cities. Yeah, the cities of gold. Do you think is it an area or is it a dungeon? Dungeon.
It's got to be an area, I think.
I think it's
I
an
hope
area.
it's
Said
the
that about
final secret
Alamigo.
area, probably.
Said that about Alamigo.
Yeah, I know.
So
Final secret area, and here's the thing: they're not lying with the gold. The new shader is going to be working overtime because everything is literally
yeah.
just shining
It's
gold.
It's going to be.
yeah, but Mela, every time you move, you'll see all the reflections at 2 frames per second delayed.
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna be
that'll
everywhere.
confuse everyone. So
Yeah.
it'll be even funnier.
When I say it's an area, I don't necessarily think it will be a whole zone. I think it will be part of a zone in the same style as Amarant and Alamigo.
Oh, he's already putting away.
Like how how we get the Alamegan quarter and how Amarant is like half of the Tempest. I think that'll be like
The golden
the final
city
zone-
quarter.
yeah, something like that. We'll get part of it. Like part of it will be just like the unexciting part of the zone, and then the second half I feel like will be the part that enters into it.
Okay.
Do you think the golden city will be like the deep dungeon or treasures or something of the patch of the expansion? If it's this sprawling, super secret hidden thing.
I could see it being the treasure maps.
Yeah.
Depends how important it is lore-wise, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if it's
Yeah.
what it represents.
Okay. Well, we don't really have time to like go in depth on any of the other stuff here, but we shouldn't anyway because it's like story stuff. But I do want to talk about. We should talk about the relic. The relic itself, not necessarily the Mandeville story, but the relics themselves.
Well, I like the relic.
We obviously
I like
hate the
question.
process. The process to get them
Yes.
Yeah.
is shit.
Best relic grind of my life.
It's a
Loved it.
tome weapon. That's all it is. It's a glorified tome weapon.
It's better than a tome weapon now.
It's better than
Yes, it is.
It's max eye level.
It's the best out of the 2 tome weapons that are available in the game.
It doesn't require you to do any 24 mans to fully level it up, or 8-man raids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, no, augmented tome weapons can only be 660, can't they? But this is 665.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Do you like how it looks?
I really like how it looks.
I think
I
it's
really
all
like
right.
how it looks.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
I can
I
see
think
why people wouldn't though, but I think
yeah.
it looks cool.
I can see people not liking the aesthetic and thinking it doesn't match with their characters, and I can also see people having the issue that they all have the exact same type of glow.
Yeah.
They're
That's one thing I liked about Realm Reborn and Heavensward was they're a lot more unique, whereas since then they've been kind of weapon model plus standardized glow. I would like them to break away from that again.
Big fan of the Gunbreaker one. Kind of looks like the Monado from Xenoblade.
They're so cool, aren't they?
Maybe I'll finish. They'll be the first relic I finish, just because I can finish it passively and without even realizing it.
Yeah,
Paladin one's cool. I like the Dark Knight one when it's out, but I don't like the animation for putting it out because it's like segmented, like Ivy's weapon from Soul Calibur. It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's weird.
The I think they're prepping us for the aesthetic of Solution 9.
Partially,
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, maybe
more
this is a hint.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a hint that Solution 9 is run by the Mandavillians.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay. Is there anything like with Ataris? I haven't even done that yet. I've saved that. So obviously
These are all things we can talk about in the future.
Yeah. There's the furnishings that have been added. I mean, can quickly look at that.
The grapes.
The grapes are so good.
And the charging
station
is...
the Corpica.
Oh yeah, that one's there. And then the people were asking the whatever that is, like play.
It's horrible. Little princess thing.
Yeah. Well, people were asking where this the Garlean mount charger thing had gone, but here it is. Now it's in the game. So enjoy.
Charge your electric vehicles.
Yeah. The new emotes.
That's from the Allied Tribe quest.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Yeah, you get the...
Well, you know what? We'll save this for next week. We'll save the Mandeville stuff and Allied stuff for next week. There was some adjustments. You know what? This is just... I mean, it's PvP.
We can save it as well, but I feel like we do need to rant about Shatter at some point.
Okay, I haven't tried the new Shatter since they updated it again.
Oh, I see.
Even on paper,
oh
it's
my
worth
god!
About, no, even on paper it's worth ranting about. But I think it's.
What have they? This is.
No, they've fucked it up, Nikhil. They've
this
basically
is the
made
diadem
it
all over again. They don't understand what they're doing.
Don't worry, it's worth.
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? The new mount, new chocobo barding, which is always nice to see that they're keeping that alive.
I like that.
And then, we got a backpack.
MSQ.
The MSQ.
And it's neat.
It's got like little animated bits on it, you know? It's
your little boots jiggle.
Yeah. And the lamp. So it's very nice. There you go. That's what we'll that's all we can cover today. We'll get back to all the stuff from Hildy and Allied Beast Tribe. And I guess
still
PvP.
So much to speculate about the MSQ as well.
Yeah,
yes, but I mean, we have 6 months. We have 6 months.
6 months of us just making up shit to pass the time.
Yeah.
Did you? We haven't really given an opinion. Did you like the 6.55 patch MSQ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it sets a very good tone for the expansion. Because all the other like 0.55 patches are always like this is situation is dire, you know.
Yeah,
and like things are gonna get real bad, or we gotta do something quickly. Meanwhile, here it's a lot more lighthearted, which I think matches the trailer. I think it will hopefully match kind of the rest of the vibe of the expansion. Like this is, you know, the beach episode of 14. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
It got me very excited for the next expansion. And disappointed that it's still like probably 6 months away at minimum.
Yeah, it was nice to get, you know, a gentle reason as to why we're going over. And there wasn't too much sort of rush with it. I did feel like it was a little shoehorned in some respects, especially why some science are going over and all that. But I think they may have just. I think it's hard to think of a reason why all these just separate people are going. So. Fair enough, I guess.
Because we want to have the full party again, but not as the Scions.
Well, yeah.
Well, they've said there was a recent interview that a very small section of was translated. There was like, we don't want to add any more Scions because it's difficult to use all of them effectively when we do a storyline. So that's probably why they're only sending over at least some of them at the start.
Yeah.
We also said we were going to quickly talk about the voice acting for the patch.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Okay. Well, let's do that.
There were
real
lots
quick.
of there were many instances of unusual sounding voice acting. A lot of people will say Graha sounded tired.
He sounded like
he
the
did sound a
Exarch.
bit.
He
He sounded like the X-Bot
Yeah.
rather than his like little goofy loves you self.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little
Trial was
tired, you know?
mega rough. Trial was like sometimes she was like it gave like children's TV show something. Like she was really forced on the like her voice. It felt like she hadn't cried for a long ass time.
Yeah.
Which is fair. She probably hasn't.
Yeah.
Trial felt like she was doing more of a stage production type performance, where like you need to project an emotion more clearly over a large area, whereas you probably need a certain degree of subtlety when you're doing a voice performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little bit weird, but
it wasn't that. I mean, I feel like people have exaggerated like how bad it was, though. Like
I do agree with you on that.
It wasn't bad. It just felt a little bit unusual at times.
Yeah,
but like it's a not just only a patch, but it's a 0.55 patch, which is like nothing. It's 2-hour quest.
Yeah.
There isn't that much voice dialogue in the first place.
No.
Like, I think the only time I've been like, oh, the VIAs are kind of off or weird was like that one patch after the first COVID lockdowns.
Oh yeah,
like, you could tell he's like tapping remotely or like
it was like a Zoom call.
Yeah.
I also noticed with 6.1. I remember with 6.1, you stole his voice actor sounded like she might have been recovering from a cold when she performed.
Yeah.
Here and there, but let's see what the expansion.
I think it was okay. I think I don't understand what people like are going on about, but whatever.
I like what they're going with Wuk Lamat's kind of accent. It's not like it's not a Puerto Rican accent. It's not entirely an American accent, but it's it's distinctly not a European one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
true.
I hope. I expect we'll be hearing that kind of accent while we're in Tehran.
Yeah.
Her voice actor is the first one we've had since the voice actor changes from A Realm Reborn to Heavensward that is not British.
Yeah, listen.
Or at least not based in Britain, I should say.
Latinos are invading 14. It's happening.
Yeah.
It will be weird if we go over and she has that voice, but most of the people there sound very different as well, though. Like, I think, because, like, Thavnair had some very distinct groups of voice acting. And the first had people with very, I feel like people in this place, maybe they'll have like a couple of different accents, but I do want to hear more of this direction they're going in. And not just her, because then that would be a bit weird.
Yes. Oh yeah. This has to
like
be
everyone else is there. It's like, good evening, my dear Chappie.
Yeah.
I am Google
Jolly
Jar.
Welcome.
They all talk in like received pronunciation or whatever it's called.
It's gotta be like culturally into right. There has to be more.
Yeah.
And there has to please be like some deep Texan in the Wild West place.
Yeehaw!
Just for the fun of it. Yeah,
there should be one. At least one person.
I do declare.
Come on.
Yeah.
The oil baron. The cerulean baron.
Okay.
They're actually hiring us to do all the tech.
Yes. They're in good hands. All right. That's it. We have to wrap up here. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Remember, it's Sunday still. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidelin, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us MogMail, SpeakersXIV.com/MogMail. And if you're watching live, we're going to go straight into the post show. See you there. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.